Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Muhammad Junaid Said. Hopefully you will be fine. Students, in the previous lecture you have studied what is chi-square distribution and how we will apply on different types of the problem. Now, today we discuss about the extension of chi-square distribution. There are two types of the chi-square distribution. One of them is two types of chi-square distribution. One of them is goodness of fit, and second one is contingency table. Today we discuss what is contingency table and how this type of the test apply on our different types of the problems which are in the specially in table format. Those problems which are specially in table format we mostly discuss in contingency table. Not only in contingency table but also the table format problem in the goodness of fit test. Here we discuss first contingency table. What is contingency table? A table that consists of two or more than two rows and columns into which n observations are classified according to different criteria known as contingency table. A table that consists of two or more than two rows and columns into which n observations are classified according to two different criteria. Two different criteria or variable is known as contingency table. Simply, dear students, two or more than two rows and columns under which n observations according to two different criteria is known as contingency table. Let's see the contingency table. Generalized form of the contingency table, an R cross C contingency table. Here R is the number of rows number of rows and C shows number of columns. Class, these are the number of rows, these are the rows A1, A2, AI and R shows the rows, but B1, B2, BJ, BC shows the number of columns. Dear students, for the number of rows, I and small r are used for generalized form. Journal for row and B and C journal for columns. These notations used for the rows and columns to generalize format. These are the objectives. This shows O11. O stands for here the object. O shows here object, and first one shows the row and second one shows the column. Here this one and this one shows first row. This two shows the second row, but this one shows first column. This two and this two shows second column, up to so on these. But students, B1, the total of the first column is right on the bottom. Here the total shows B1 bracket. Bracket means the total of first column, and here B2 bracket shows second column total. BJ shows bracket J column total, and up to so on this. And similarly A1 shows A1 bracket first row total. A2 shows A2 bracket shows the second row total. Mean when we add all these column A1, A2, AI, AR, and this answer equal to n, which is the total n observations of that table. And this is also when we add these, then this is the total of n observations of that, and this also shows as the marginal sum. Marginal hopefully you understand this table. Now note is first note is a contingency table may be a contingency table may be extended to higher dimensional. The contingency table may be extended to higher dimensions. The simplest form of a contingency table is the 2 by 2 table, and which is obtained from which is obtained when both criteria are dichotomized. Dichotomized mean the table number of table divides on 2. Dichotomized mean divided by 2. Mean if you adopt 2 by 2 table, then 2 divided by the row and the column, and similarly up to so on. The simplest form of the contingency table is the 2 by 2 table, which is obtained when both criteria are dichotomized. Point number 2 is the tables of the frequency. The tables of the frequencies in each called the marginal. The table frequencies in each shows rows and columns called the marginal total or frequency. Dear students, I explained already this column when we add and this row when we add shows the marginal total. Shows marginal total. Now we are going to the procedure how we solve the problems. Which procedure we adopted to solving the problems. So, procedure for testing. Procedure for testing. First one is similarly just like the chi-square distribution which I explained in the last lecture. In the first step of the chi-square distribution, we find out the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. We suppose the null and alternative hypothesis, and in the second step we choose the significance level. In the third step we choose the test statistics that we are used and which may be different from procedure to procedure. This test statistics is different for chi-square, different for contingency, and different for goodness of fit and any other test. And in the fourth step we compute the values of the frequencies. In the fifth step find out the critical region or acceptance region, and in the sixth step we have to decide either our null hypothesis is accepted are rejected. This I explained, we are studied in the previous lecture for the chi-square distribution, and similarly in these steps we adopting these steps and find out the procedure for the contingency table. First of these, h1, h0, the two variables of the classification are independent and our alternative hypothesis is the two variables of the classification are not independent. Dear students, for the previous, if we see the previous lecture and check the chi-square distribution test and its procedure, there are three possibilities in the first step to adopting the null and the alternative hypothesis. But in the contingency table, there are only one possibility for the null and the alternative hypothesis. Simply, when we are given any kind of the problem for the contingency table, in the first step, you say the two variables of the classification are independent for null hypothesis and two variables of the classification are not independent for alternative hypothesis. In the second step, choose a significance level. Choose a significance level, say alpha, which is maybe 0.05 or 0.01, just like the previous problem. Data defined, maybe data defined in the problem. If these significance level are not defined, then you choose on its own for alpha 0.05 or 0.01. In the third step, the test statistics. The test statistics. This step is different for every procedure of testing. For the contingency table, the chi-square is equal to summation for I shows the number of rows, I to R, and J to C for column, and equal to OIJ minus EIJ. OIJ stands for the objective data given, the object data given in a problem, and E is the expected values for each value that are given in the problem. These are the expected value for each correspondence value of object. We find this and divided by EIJ. These are the expected values and this shows the object which are given. And with the and with r minus 1 into c minus 1 degree of freedom. In the fourth step, dear students, compute the expected frequencies under H naught for each cell by the formula that are Eij, which is equal to Aij Bj divided by small n. Here Ai shows the ith row total and Bj jth shows jth column total, and divided by total number of the observation, total number of the observations. And in the fifth step, dear students, determine the critical region. Determine the critical region which depends on alpha and the degree of freedom, you know very well, which depends on alpha and degree of freedom. Alpha shows here the significance level. And in the sixth step, decide reject H naught if the computed value chi square is greater or equal to chi square alpha comma r minus 1 into c minus 1. Otherwise, accepted H naught, which is in null hypothesis. Dear students, in the sixth step, if the value that we calculate from the table is less than to the computed value which we solve from the 3-point the test statistics, if the calculated value or computed value is greater than from table values, then we say that this null hypothesis which are given in a problem is rejected, otherwise null hypothesis accepted. But you know, in the chi-square distribution, which are the main of the contingency table and the goodness of test, there are just like a 3 possibilities in the fourth step for critical regions. Just like as we let in the first step of the chi-square distribution, there are 3 possibilities, and in 3 possibilities correspondence 3 critical regions which are according to the first, second and third in the fourth step defined. These things are studied in the previous lecture for the chi-square distribution. But in the contingency table, there are only one possibility in the first step for the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis, and in the last there are only one point which you have kept in mind. If the computed value which we solve from the point 3 test statistics is greater than to the table values, then we reject our null hypothesis. Otherwise, we accept the null hypothesis. These are the procedure to solve the test statistics. Now we are going to a problem and we understand how this procedure uses and how we apply to a problem. Yes, class, example number 17.17, 17.17, 492 candidates for the scientific post gave particulars of their university degrees and their hobbies. The degrees are in the either maths, chemistry or physics, and the hobbies could be classified roughly as music, craftswork, reading or drama. The data are presented concisely in the following contingency table. Dear students, in this problem, the categories for the subject are maths, chemistry, physics, which are given in a problem, and the hobbies which are in the column format given in a problem: the music, craftwork, reading and the drama. And discuss the association between the two criteria of the classification, that is the degrees and the hobbies. Dear students, discuss the association between the two criteria classification, that is the degree and the hobbies. Find out the criteria between the degrees and the hobbies. Adopting the procedure of the contingency table, first we check the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis for the problem. We state our null and the alternative hypothesis as H naught, the two variables criteria of classification are independent, and similarly by adopting the procedure of the contingency table, H1 is the two variable criteria of the classification are independent, that is they are associated. They are not independent, and that is they are associated. Dear students, I again repeat, when we adopting the method of the contingency table, always write the null hypothesis as independent about the criteria. The two variables that are given in a problem are always independent, but we let the alternative hypothesis for the contingency table are not independent for the given problems. So in the second step, choose the significance level, that is alpha, which are given, I let alpha 0.05. It's your own. You all also let 0.01, but mostly use 0.05. So I recommend you also let alpha, which is equal to 0.05. If this alpha are given in a problem, then you follow the instructions of the problem. But if not given, then it's your own which alpha you are kept alpha is equal to 0.05 or 0.01. In the third step, the test statistics to use is chi-square, which is given in the procedure for the contingency table. OI is the object which are in the table, and EIJ is the expected value for each object that we find in below, and divided by EIJ. And with degree of freedom, R minus 1, R shows the number of rows and C shows the number of columns. In the problem, there are 4 rows and the 3 columns. See this table, 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3 columns. 4 minus 1 and 3 minus 1, and then multiply, result is equal to 6, which is the degree of freedom. Now in the fourth step, we first calculate the expected frequencies under the null hypothesis of the independence for each by the formula. You know EIJ, the expected values, AI into BJ. I shows the number of rows and B shows the number of J shows the number of columns, and divided by total number of the observation. The expected frequencies are given in the table, EIJ table. Dear students, it's very easy table, so see it clearly. The categories: music A1, I let the music A1, craft works A2, reading A3, drama A4, and the total. And similarly in the row 1, maths B1, B chemistry stands for B2, and physics stands for B3, and its total. Dear students, follow this formula. A1, find out first value. Dear students, A1, I is the number of row and J shows the number of column, divided by total number of observation. Dear students, if we seen in a problem, total number of observation is 492, and which we write in the denominator 492, and AI shows here, AI shows the number of rows. Yes students, see it clearly. AI is the sum number of row 77, and A1, this is the AI this is the number of row 77, and BJ shows the number of column, which is 124 in the problem given. Dear students, first we multiply this 77 and 124 and divided by 492, and results equal to 19.4. Similarly for second O12, this is the O11, mean 1 shows number of first row and first column, and O12 shows the first row and second column. Here only changes, we travel about row. In the first row use 77, and for the second row first row 77, and in the second place 292, and the third place 123. Class, see it clearly. This is the 77 is the mean. Here I is equal to 1, 2, 3, and j is equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. First we fix I is equal to 1 for the first row, and first we fix column element. This is the 1 fix, and let's see, check. I fix 124 and multiply, this is the column, I fix 124 and multiply by 1 with 77. 124 multiply 292 and 124 multiply by 123. Let's see, 77 multiply by 124, 292 multiply by 124 and 123 multiply by 124 and divided by 492. Similarly, when we fix the second element of the column 2, let's see, fix this 101 and multiply each element of the 101 multiply by 77, 292 multiply by 101 and 123 multiply by 101. 77 multiply by 101, 292 multiply by 101 and 123 multiply by 101 and divided by 492. And similarly, for when we fix these three, then choose 1 to 87. And 187 multiplied by 77, 187 multiplied by 292 and 187 multiplied by 123. Write this, 177 multiplied by 187, 292 multiplied by 187 and 123 multiplied by 187 divided by 492. And similarly last. And adding these columns and about rows, and when we add its marginal, then its result total equal to 492 and its total equal to 492. This shows the correction of our problem. Dear students, we find out the expected value in this problem. Now basically we solve for the test statistics, and EIJ find out and OIJ are already given in a problem, that is OIJ, this is the O11, O11, O12 and O13. Similarly O21, O22 and O3 and up to so on. Continue. And we also know the objects and find out the all expected values and minus these and taking square and divided by EIJ and our result, which is the test statistics from the for this contingency table. Let's see, check the next table. Calculate the chi-square. First OIJ. Dear students, what is OIJ? I already explained. OIJ, this is the 24, 11, 32 and 10. First we write this about column 24, 11, 32, 10. And similarly for 83, 62, 121 and 26, write this with red mark point, with red pencil, 83, 62, 121 and 26. And in the last 17, 28, 34 and 44. Similarly 17, 28, 34 and 44. Now also write the expected values which I find recently. These are first about column 19.4, 15.8, 29.8 and 12.5. Write this, and similarly this about column and this about column, write this at the end. Now minus OIJ minus EIJ. First value minus this value and result 4.6. 11 minus 15.8 minus 4.8. 32 minus 29.8 is equal to 2.7. Up to so on, we find out and similarly find out at the end OIJ minus EIJ. Now taking its square, similarly 4.6 square is equal to 21.16 minus 4.8 square is equal to 23.04. 2.7 square is equal to 7.29, and up to so on find out the square for each observation, and then divided by EIJ. This result divided by 24, this result divided by 11, this result divided by 32, 6.25 divided by 10, and up to so on. Ultimate, we find out this chi-square, which is equal to 54.06. This is the computed values by using the formula of test statistics for the contingency table. So the critical region in the fifth step, the critical region is for the chi-square distribution is chi-square greater or equal to chi-square alpha comma r minus 1 into c minus 1. R shows the number of rows and c shows the number of columns, and 0.05 is the alpha for this problem, and 4 number of rows and 3 the number of columns, and multiply, then our result is 0.05 comma 6. Now check this on the from the table which I explained on page number 176 of the book Sher Muhammad Chaudhry Statistics Part 2. See the table, and its value is equal to 12.59. This is a critical region from the table we have calculated, and this is the value of the chi-square distribution which we are computing. So the computing value is greater than from the table value. Computed value is 15.04, 54.06, and the table value is equal to 12.59. This value is greater than from this value. So we studied in the procedure of the contingency table that if the computed value is greater than from table values of the chi-square distribution, then we say the null hypothesis which we are let in the first point are rejected, since calculated value of the chi-square is equal to 54.06 and the value which is obtained from the table is 12.59. So this table value is less than the calculated value. Hence we reject our null hypothesis of the independence. Now next example is 17.19. A random sample of 250 men and 250 women were polled as to their desire concerning the ownership of the television sets. The following data resulted as, this is the table, men and women in the row, in the column, and want television, don't want television in the rows. This shows the column and this shows the row, and total these are given in a problem. So test the hypothesis that the desire to own a television set is the independent of sex at the 0.05 level of the significance. So students, this problem, just like the previous problem, you have to do yourself. Hopefully you understand this lecture. If you have any problem, then write in the comment box. Allah Hafiz.